listen, this is a big commitment now. You don't just say yes if you're going to flake out later. Welcome to my world.
Hello everybody, this is DanMcCormick'sWorld.com. Welcome to my world. My name is Dan McCormick. If we haven't had a chance to meet, I want to welcome you to the internet's most trusted version of teaching you network marketing principles. We're going to be spending 2010 with you, teaching you principles, habits, and reference points. It is going to be a spectacular year, an amazing show, and if we haven't had the good fortune of meeting, this has been something I've been doing for many years now. This year, 2010, we're taking it to the world live on the internet. Look at my shirt, everybody. It says positively charged. That's how pumped up I am for this amazing technological era that we live in today. The ability to communicate with people all over the world. Now what I'd like to do is invite you to have a journal with you as you're on the trek with us. Have something to take some notes in, something that you will know exactly where these weekly shows can take you by teaching you principles. Now if I could, let me take just a moment to bring you up to speed on how it all started for me 27 years ago. As a young man growing up in Seattle, Washington, with no self-esteem, I didn't have any self-worth, I certainly didn't have any net worth, I was intrigued by the idea of network marketing by learning about it from a little ad in the newspaper. That ad simply said, "Are you making what you're worth?" Said, I live in Beverly Hills, California, I drive a Class A, and I made $96,000 in the last 6 months in the health and nutrition industry. That's what the ad said. I'm a 19-year-old young man, had an amazing experience growing up in Seattle, Washington, working in a tennis club. And while I was working in this tennis club, I met people from every walk of life. And I started building tennis courts. And as I finished that first year building tennis courts, I was off to Washington State University to play on the tennis team. And as I had an amazing, how many of you, raise your hand, I see you all. Well, hang on, let me look a little closer. Oh, there you are. How many of you finished college or had a college experience? Go ahead, raise your hand. If you got the family around the camera, go ahead, bring them all in. This is worth seeing, trust me. I finished college in just 2 weeks' time. I don't know how many of you had the good fortune of having that, but for me, I called it a PhD. I was poor, I was hungry, and I was driven. And so, after I finished that experience, at the age of 19, someone began to invest in me. You know the old adage that when the student is ready, the teacher will appear? Here I am, a 19-year-old young man, no direction in my life, I didn't know where I was going, and I simply found myself at the right place at the right time. Also, the right economy, for those of you that have been around long enough to remember. What was the economy like in 1982? Interest rates were soaring, 17, 18, 19%. Reagan's approval rate was ridiculous. It was a tough time economically. I found myself at the right place at the right time, and I always tell everybody, I married up. All of us guys know we marry up, but in this case, I married 3 generations up. My wife and I had the good fortune of passing our first $1 million in income when I was 22 years of age. Now, for those 27 years, we've had the good fortune of earning 6 and 7 figures every single year. And what we're going to do on the Millionaire Training Circle is teach you the very principles. We want your whole organization to see it, all of your prospects to see it, because what we're about to share with you here momentarily has never been done before on internet television. You are going to be astounded at what we're going to show you. We're going to teach you principles every week. We're going to talk at the first week of every month. We're going to talk about how to establish momentum. We'll bring in a guest speaker. You'll meet people that I've known along my journey. And they're going to be able to share with you what was some of the triggering points for them that helped them find their cadence and rhythm, if you will, on how to build their team. Then, as we reach into week number 2, we're going to talk about 3 things every distributor needs every single month. And as you continue to recruit and bring more people, we're going to teach principles. As you see this over and over, you're going to learn. And if you teach other people these principles, you're going to make an awful lot of money. Now, week number 3 is a fascinating week. It's the art of promotion. We will wow you with the data and the information of week number 3. And then what we do on week number 4 is we interview different types of authors and specialists, if you will, because simply the very first book I was ever given. Time out just one moment. The first book I was ever given was called The Greatest Secret in the World by Og Mandino. And if you look closely at this book, this actually has Og Mandino's autograph on the inside right here. It is a fascinating and compelling book that changed my life. On our 4th week of every month, we'll be interviewing people that get inside the mind, if you will, that help you tackle those trying times. I promise you, this will be an experience of a lifetime. I am very excited about having fun in 2010. Why am I doing this, you might ask? Well, simply, I'm making 2010 the year of fun for me. More fun with my family, more fun in my business, more fun in my travels, more fun as I make more money, more fun as we help more people. You know, in China they call this the year of the tiger. I say this is the year of millionaire training, right here, live on the internet's most trusted show on teaching you the principles, the habits, and the reference points. You won't see any posers here on this show. You're going to see the real deal. People that really do this business, that really figure out how to learn these principles. Apply them in their business, establish new habits in their life, make them real and valuable, and finally, understand the reference points so you can stay on track. There's no reason for you ever to experience the pains of cycles of good fortune and bad. If you understand the principles, if you become the person, you will own the information. It'll be powerful. It'll be compelling for the masses. Welcome to my world, everybody. It's DanMcCormicksWorld.com. Stay with us. Now watch what happens as we get into this message here today. I'm going to talk to you and ask you a question. You know, I'm a modest-built individual. I'm about 6 feet tall, 175 pounds roughly. And I like to work out now and then. I consider myself pretty healthy and pretty fit. But I would ask you this question. Do you think I'm strong enough to lift 4,000 pounds? Well, if you think I'm strong enough to lift 4,000 pounds, you're right. If you understand how to get the leverage. You see, this tool right here is the leverage to take the lug nuts off of a car, put it into a jack, and lift a car. If you understand the laws of leverage in life, I can be really, really strong. Now, if you will, indulge with me with Archimedes for a moment, okay? Archimedes gave us the very quote for leverage in our lives. Give me a lever long enough and a fulcrum to set it on, and I can move the world. If you want to learn the network marketing principles of leverage, you're at the right place. So I have a question for you. Now here's the point you want to bring the whole family in. Don't miss this, folks. This has never been done before. So here's the question of leverage. As a young man making $5 an hour building tennis courts, I knew that I could go out and make $50 in a day. So I challenge every one of you for a moment to just ask the question, could you make $100 in a day in your business? My bet is you'd say yes. My bet is you'd say you can make more than that. Well, could you make $200? Could you make $300 in a day? Can you make $400 and $500, $600, $700, $800, $900, $10,000, $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, $8,000, $9,000, $10,000? Can you make $10,000 in a day? It's possible. It's being done. I've done it. And I'm going to teach you the principle of leverage. First thing is that thoughts are things, and what you think about you bring about. When we welcome you into network marketing, you got to know that Millionaire Training Circle, this isn't part-time training. This isn't minimum wage training. This is your life. You only get to live it once. You better learn the principles on how to get leverage in your life if you want time freedom, financial freedom, and all of the other freedoms, that health freedom, family freedom, the freedom to do what you want, when you want, where you want. Now, if you believe that you could make $10,000, let's just say for a moment this is right about $8,333 right here in my hand right now. If you could get enough leverage in your life to earn that on a monthly basis in a residual manner, that would be approximately what? About $100,000 a year. So my question is, how do you get beyond that? How do you get more leverage? How do you say, I want to put more weight on the bar? I want more money. You've got to understand how to get a longer lever. You've got to know in network marketing you need more people on your